様が何者であるかはもう聞かない。だが先手役として責務を果たしてもらうぞ。今回の器、魂の杯はどこにある？
何？まさか知らずにかくまっていたというのか。
He actually gasps. The brief moment of surprise passes quickly. With a smirk, he snaps his fingers to introduce the final piece of the puzzle. Both Saber and Lancer tense. Heavy footsteps echo from above.
さて、お前たちには不要だろうが、紹介ぐらいはしておこう。彼はアーチャーのサーバット。
Yep.
前回の聖杯戦争で私のパートナーだった英霊だよ。
The golden figure makes his appearance. Gilgamesh, king of heroes. The atmosphere shifts. Kirei Kotamine. After making his sudden appearance, Gilgamesh crosses the sanctuary grounds to stand beside Kotamine.
で、これからどうするのだ、コトミ。このような場所で、しかも邪魔者を交えて決着をつけるのか。お前にしてはあまりいい演出とは言えないな。
それを言うな。私とて予想外なのだ。文句は後で聞いてやるから許せ。
なんだ、承知しているのならばいい。だが、そのヤヒな男はどうにかならんのか。あまり睨まれると殺してしまいそうになるぞ。
Is he talking about me or Lancer?
どういうことだ、コトミネ。その男がお前のサーバントだと。
なあ、お前には説明していなかったな。彼は前回の私のサーバントだ。聖杯戦争が終結した後、意見を同じくしてな。彼は私に従い、私も彼がとどまるにふさわしい食事を用意することで、こうして協力関係になったというわけだ。
それがあのいけすかねえ部屋ってわけか。そりゃいいが、なぜ俺に黙っていた？
言う必要があるとでも、それとも何か彼と共同戦線を張りたかったのか、お前は。
Oh no, those two mix like oil and water.
冗談。そんな野郎と手を組むなんざ死んでもお断りだ。
And now there are three of them. Lancer by the stairs, Gilgamesh in the center of the sanctuary. We can't beat them all. Gilgamesh is too much for us on his own, but we can't escape with Lancer around either. Kotamine, you said you didn't know about him.
人聞きが悪いな。私はこれでも神父だぞ。
Except
強烈など口にできぬよ。
Except you fucking lied out your ass! Huh? You're lying. You said you couldn't ignore a servant from the previous war.
ああ、私とて驚いたのだ。アーチャーには待機を命じていたというのに、指示を破ってお前たちを襲ったのだからな。アーチャーを調べれば、いずれ私に突き当たるのは道理だ。故に、今後の対策を練らねばならなかった。どうだ、何一つとしてお前を測ってはいまい。
You just omitted the truths. That's pretty much the same as lying, isn't it? God damn it. I blundered right into the enemy's stronghold because I trusted his word.
貴様がアーチャーのマスターだというのか。
そうだ。10年前の再現になったな、セイバー。もっとも、あの時私はすでにキリツグに倒され、最後の場面には立ち会えなかった。お前と顔を合わせるのはこれが2度目で、そして最後になる。
答えろ。アーチャーはなぜ残っている？あの火事はなぜ起きた？キリツグに倒されたというお前はなぜ今も生きている？
Saber's voice drips with venom. These questions must have been weighing on her for a while now. She must also want clarity about what she left behind 10 years ago, and the disaster that followed.
そのようなこと言うまでもなかろう。10年前、不完全ながらも聖杯は満ち、手に取ることが可能だった。私はそれに触れただけだ。キリツグとお前は強力だったのでな。分断させるための目くらましが欲しいと願ったのだが、あのような目くらましが起きるとは私も驚いた。
Yep, he caused the disaster 10 years ago. Wait, that means...
では、あの火災は貴様が聖杯の力で起こしたものだというのか？
さあな。思うのだが、私でなくても聖杯は同じことをしただろう。あれはそういうものだ。万能の杯というが、その中に満ちたものは血と闇と呪いでしかない。お前も見たのだろう。聖杯を破壊した折、そこから溢れ出した闇を。アーチャーはそれを浴びてしまっただけだ。お前が聖杯さえ壊さなければ、アーチャーとてこのように迷いはしなかっただろうよ。
よまいごと。聖杯は持ち主の願いを叶える魔法の鎌だ。ならば、あの火災はお前の願望ではなかったのか？
結果だけはな。だがその過程は私が想像していたものとは違う。私はただ、あの土地から人がいなくなればいいと思っただけだ。そもそも、お前たちは想像力が貧困だぞ。願いが叶う。それはいいが、では願いとはどうやって叶えるのだ？まさか願った瞬間に世界が変わるとでも思っていたのではあるまいな。元の聖杯はどうあれ、今の聖杯は力の渦に過ぎん。精密な計算、相互作用による矛盾の修正など論外だ。あれはな、ただ純粋な力に過ぎぬ。巨大な兵器と同じだ。持ち主が富を願えば周囲の人間をことごとく殺害し、主人に幸福を与える。わかるか？あの底なしの魔力の鎌はな、持ち主の願いを破壊という手段でしか叶えられぬ欠陥品なのだ。
それでは話が違う。万能の力、持ち主の望み通りに世界を変革するのが聖杯ではなかったのか？
違うものか。聖杯の手段は実に理にかなっている。人を生かすということは人を殺すということだろう。この世は全て等価交換によって成り立っている。その中で突出した出来事を望むのならば、何かを食いつぶして飛び上がるしかあるまい。調和など気にしていては願いなど叶わぬ。つまりは弱者からの略奪による変動だ。それこそが最も効率の良い変革だろう。
can only imagine what Saber must feel. If what Kotomine says is true, this is not the Holy Grail she wanted. It's merely power to fuel the possessor's wish. It grants its owner's wish at the cost of everything else. So that is the true face of the supposed omnipotent power.
ならば聖杯というのは
持ち主以外のものを排除するこの上ない毒の壺だ。お前も見ればわかる。あれはな、際限のない呪いの塊だ。そしてそれは私にとっても喜ばしい。
Yep, he is that kind of piece of shit.
聖杯に触れるのは聖職者の夢だがね。人を殺すためだけの聖杯が存在し、ましてそれを扱えるなど、まさに天上の夢でも見ているかのようだ。
The priest laughs. This time, it's not for show. He laughs in pure delight. It makes me realize this is a man entirely without humanity. More than anyone else, he absolutely cannot get the Grail.
ではお別れだ。ゴミを始末しろ。ランサーは小僧、アーチャーはセイバーだ。
The priest turns on his heel and ascends the stairs. All that remains are me, who can barely move from my injuries. Is Kotomine is two servants, and Saber standing ready to guard me, glaring at our enemies. A tense moment passes. We need to beat Gilgamesh and Lancer if we're to have any hope of getting back to the surface. But I don't care about defeating them. If we could regroup somehow, maybe, but...
シロ
Saber's voice is quiet, but her eyes never leave the
無
enemy.
理を承知でいます。決して私のそばから離れないでください。
She grips my hand firmly in her own. I can tell she's ready to go at any moment. All right, I'll do my best to follow you, so don't worry about me. I nod back. I can barely walk. We both understand that just how bad this is. But Saber is telling me she will do everything she can to get me through this. What can I do but agree?
信頼しています。
Her voice is quiet and firm. At that moment, she let go of my hand and charged to charge ahead. Both shadows react to her in an instant. Saber and I struck dumb. Just what happened? Lancer jerks his spear off course away from me and straight for Gilgamesh, who bats the attack aside with a longsword as he had expected. Heel turn arc! Heel turn arc! W Lancer!
悪いな、手元が狂った。
そうか。随分と軽い槍なのだな、貴様のそれは。
Both men withdraw, unhurried and unconcerned.
言っておくが、貴様の標的はあの雑種だ。セイバーは俺に任されたものだと覚えているか？
Yeah, but I decided not to work with you, prick.
ああ、それね。悪いが気が変わった。霊樹で命令されたわけじゃねえしな。俺は降ろさせてもらうぜ。
As he says this, Lancer turns to face Gilgamesh, almost as if protecting us.
ランサー、あなたは
くだらねえことなら口にするな。 別に貴様に肩入れしているわけじゃない。俺は俺の心情に肩入れしてるだけなんだからよ。
Lancer leaves his spear at, levels his spear at Gilgamesh. His intent is clear. He actually does mean to let us go.
な、いい加減我慢の限界でもあったしな。ここまで舐められて、おいそれと命令を聞くほどよくできた人間じゃねえってことだ。奴とは。
では契約を切るということか。聖杯は目の前だというのに、貴様はこのまま消えても構わんのだ。
な、いい加減我慢の限界でもあったしな。ここまで舐められて、おいそれと命令を聞くほどよくできた人間じゃねえってことだ。奴とはここで縁切りだな。てめえと一緒にするな。もとよりな、俺は二度目の生なんぞに興味がない。いや、英雄なんて連中はな、どいつもこいつもそんなものに興味はねえんだ。俺たちはこの世に固執してるんじゃない。果たせなかった未練に固執するのみだ。
W Lancer!
まあ、てめえみてえに欲の皮が突っ張った怨霊には分からないだろうがな。
なるほど。死に際が鮮やかだった男は言うことが違う。この裏切りも英雄の誇りとやらに沿ったものか。まったく己が信念を貫くのは厳しいな、ランサー。
The air behind Gilgamesh warps. Weapons appear out of nowhere in the space behind him.
ランサー、あれはあらゆる宝具の原型を持つもの。我らの中で最も古い歴史を持つ英雄王です。いくらあなたでも1対1では。
そうかい。なるほど、道理で偉そうなわけだ。やりたい放題やって国を滅ぼしたって野郎だからな。そりゃ少年が腐ってる。
Yeah, really.
ランサー、強がりを言っている場合では。
いいからさっさと失せろ。助言なんざしやがって何様のつもりだ。かばった程度で仲間意識持ちやがって。たく、これだから育ちのいい騎士様ったら気に食わねえ。
In his own way, Lancer's urging Saber to run. Saber hangs her head for a moment.
ご分もこの恩は必ず。
By stabbing! Taking my hand, she takes for the stairs.
しまった。逃がしてしまったか。
Gilgamesh just watches us, making no move to follow.
なんだ、セーバーはてめえの獲物じゃなかったのかよ。
いいや、実はな、俺もこのような決着は好みではなかったのだ。貴様がやらなければ俺が同じことをしていただろう。
We make it up the stairs. Saber must still be worried about how I'm doing, as we don't move very fast. The pain, on the other hand, doesn't much care how slowly we're moving, as it doesn't dull in the slightest. The high tension and sense of impending violence grows.
どういうことだそりゃ。てめえもセーバーを逃がすつもりだったのか。
当然だろう。俺にセイバーを殺す気はない。あれは俺のものだ。だが聖杯を呼ぶためにはそういうわけにもいかん。儀式の完成にはあと一人、サーバントに死んでもらわなければならぬから。
A multitude of swords appear is in the darkened basement. The Golden Knight smirks. This was why he was ready for Lancer's surprise attack. Lancer wasn't the only one planning to turn on his would-be ally.
初めからそのつもりかよ。てめえ。
言ったであろう。貴様がしなければ俺がそうするつもりだ。褒めてやるぞ、フーフーリ。これは俺にとって理想の展開だ。
The two come together. We make it out just before I see the initial volley. I stop. I make it out of the church, but my body tells me it's reached its limit.
シロ、ここで休みましょう。これ以上はあなたの体が持たない。
How do you change so quickly? Yeah, I hate that I'm causing you so much trouble. I lean away from Saber's shoulders and sit on the grass. My chest wound is still there. It stopped bleeding, but there's still a gaping hole in my chest. I feel sick. The pain might be gone, but I've still got a hole right through me. Just looking at it makes me sick to my stomach. More than that, I can't believe I'm still alive.
シロ、傷を見せてください。
Oh, okay.
では失礼します。少し痛みますが、耐えてください。
Saber's fingers trail over my chest. And then... I don't know what she's thinking, but Saber places her hand on my chest and lets it sink into my body. My entire body jerks and buckles in response. Saber's hand is relentless, moving around inside me. Idiot, what are you? She's touching my organs with her bare hands. How could that not be blindingly painful? It should hurt, but... Huh? There's absolutely no pain. In fact, everywhere Saber touches feels like the pain is fading.
終わりました、シロ。鞘に魔力を補充しましたから、半日もすれば傷は癒えるでしょう。
She draws her hand from my chest, looking relieved. Sheath? I have no idea what she's talking about. Saber, what do you mean by sheath? You mentioned it before, but are you talking about your sheath? Saber's sheath. It has to be Excalibur's sheath. Invisible air isn't her sheath. The legendary sheath of Excalibur is a noble phantasm that makes its possessor immortal. But she doesn't have it. King Arthur died in the Battle of Cumlin because that sheath was lost. So there's no way Saber has Excalibur's sheath right now.
はい。私の鞘はあなたの体の中にあります。それを確信したのが昨夜というのは私の落ち度でしたが。
Yep, that's why we could survive all that shit. Inside me? That sounds kind of absurd.
そうでしょうか。思えば簡単なことだったのです。シロは私を召喚した。今までそれを偶然だと考えたことが愚かでした。英霊を呼ぶには英霊にゆかりがあるシンボルがなければならない。マスターとしての知識もなく魔術師としても未熟だったシローが私を呼ぶにはそれを補ってあまりある接点がなければならない。それが私の鞘、失われたエクスカリバーの鞘だったのです。
Well, that might be true, but why is something like that inside me?
それは おそらくキリツグが行ったことでしょう。前回の戦いでエミやキリツグはエクスカリバーの鞘を触媒にして私を召喚した。聖剣の鞘は持ち主の傷を癒す宝具です。キリツグはそれを私に返すより自身が持っていた方が有利と判断したのでしょう。私には治癒能力があるし死ににくい。それより死にやすいマスターが鞘を持つ方が戦いには勝ち残れる。
So my old man survived the war pretty much the same way I've been surviving.
おそらくは。そして戦いが終わり私が消えた後、キリツグは焼け跡の中をさまよい死にかけている子供を見つけた。キリツグには治療の力はありませんでしたし、あったところで手の施しようがなかったのでしょう。だからその子供を助ける手段は彼には一つしかなかったと思うのです。
My hand goes to my chest. On that day, 10 years ago, I accepted death as I was looking up at the sky. My whole body was burned. Maybe I really was as little more than cinders. So when Kuretsugu found a kid that was barely alive, he had to rely on the one thing he had with him. The sacred sword sheath, said to protect the possessor's life. By implanting the sheath in me, he saved the child who was on the verge of death. Are you saying...
はい。分解され、原型をとどめてはいませんが、確かに四郎の中には鞘があります。それがあなたの治癒能力の源です。
So that's what he was forcing me to eat in the hospital. But I almost died when Lancer stamped me at school, and that's right. Someone saved me then. By the time I came to, there was nobody there. Just a piece of rock lying next to me. You know what? I never thought of this before. Maybe her gem, maybe Rin's gem, the one she used to bring us back to life, didn't actually bring us back to life, but it's like didn't actually save us, but charged the sheath and caused us to heal and started the healing process. I didn't think of that the first time I played through this. I felt that was really important, and so I thought, so I brought it at home. I wonder if it's still there.
それは私と契約する前の話でしょう。鞘は私の宝具です。私が限界し、魔力を注がなければ宝具としての能力を発揮しない。シローは私というサーバントと契約しなければその不死身性を得られないのです。
Okay, fair there, but probably still charge the thing. I imagine the thing was running on practically nothing for the past 10 years.
まあ多少は魔力さえ注げば持ち主の命を保護するでしょう。ですがそれも微弱なものです。死にかけた人間を救うには鞘そのものと同化させるしかなかったはずです。
I see. Sorry, Saber. I feel bad for using your sheath for myself.
何を言うのです。シローは私のマスターなのですから、私のものを使うのは当然ではないですか。それにシローがそうなのだと知って私は嬉しかった。何も守れなかった私でもあなたの命を救えていたのですから。
Her smile is so bright, I can't help but look away.
傷が痛むのですか。
No, that's not it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You did nothing wrong. I cover my blushing face and fall silent. This is so embarrassing. Not speaking means no pain, but this is very awkward. I'm not sure how much time has passed. Just as I start to calm down, Saber speaks quietly.
律具は正しかった。彼は私を裏切ってなどいなかったのですね。
Her voice is heavy with regret. Saber?
あの聖杯は私の求めるものではなかった。いえ、元より聖杯など必要ではなかったのです。キリツグはそれに気がついていたのでしょう。
It sounds more like a confession. Saber is making an apology to someone and she can't apologize to. Not anymore. She reflects on herself as a way of saying goodbye to the feelings she held for so long. Even if she doesn't say it in so many words, I understand just by being beside her. Altria sought the Holy Grail, a lonely king who had but to believe that without the Holy Grail, she could not avoid ruin. If only. She wished to redo everything from the moment she drew the sword from the stone. Saber, that's...
やり直しなんてできないのだと。私はそれを知りながら必死に自身を偽り続けてきたのです。
But that ends here. Her long battle can now really...
ありがとう、シロ。あなたのおかげでようやく取るべき道が分かりました。
I don't remember the CG. Is this a new thing?
あの聖杯もこの私もありえてはいけない夢だったのです。
But still, she mumbles about wanting to be forgiven. She should never have wished for what she did, and in all that time, she'd never been able to fulfill it. The weakness was only a fleeting dream. How should I feel right now? What she says is beautiful. Her decision is dignified and proud, just like her. She takes pride in her past now and accepts the end that awaits her. Now, Saber she has decided to follow the promise she made until the very end. She doesn't even need to tell me what that means. She will never waver again. And she is more beautiful than ever. In the dark of that night, in the moment I met her under the moonlight and admired her appearance, I loved her from the very beginning. And then, regardless of what awaits ahead, there is only one thing to be done. Saber, let's destroy the Holy Grail. I cut away any lingering attachment, and I banish my selfishness and say what has to be done.
はい。あなたならそう決断すると信じていました。マスター。
We're gonna stab a cup! Saber nods reassuringly. I can't smile back at her right now. I'm trying my best to suppress my feelings for her and convince myself that this is the right thing to do. I'm sure that someday I'll be proud she trusted me with this decision. I stand up. Now that's settled, I can't just rest here forever. We know what must be done, and our enemy is clear. No more detours. Today we put an end to this battle. I managed to make it home, leaning on Saber's shoulder. The wound in my chest hasn't completely healed. According to Saber, I need to lie still for a few hours. I bite my lip. I curse my body for refusing to listen to me, even though I know what I need to do now.
シロ、何か今よからぬことを考えませんでしたか？
No, I wasn't thinking about anything.
まったく、あまり無茶を言うと怒りますからね。戦いは傷が完治してからです。最後の戦いになるのですから、お互い万全の体制で臨みましょう。
Yeah, we're better off preparing ourselves. We're better off preparing ourselves than getting impatient. I'm thinking about where Kotamine went, about how to defeat Gilgamesh. There's just so much we need to consider. For now, though, we need to rest and wait until night. At that moment, my mind freezes. There's nobody inside. The house feels different. Mingled with the smell of something burning, I just pick out the strong scent of blood. I run. I ignore my chest wound. I run to shake off the chill running down my back. I run through the corridor, turn a corner, and pass through the familiar curtain that divides one room of the house from another. And the scene that greets me is anything but familiar. I just remembered this was a thing. Tosaka. My voice trembles. I don't know what happened. All that I know is that Tosaka is looking at me, breathing weakly.
やっと帰ってきた。まったく、もうちょっとで寝ちゃうところだったじゃない。バカ。
What the hell is she saying? It looks like she's really struggling to even to speak. She must, but she tries to make conversation like nothing's wrong. What? Don't talk, you idiot! Damn, we need to stop the bleeding. Saber, get some towels and a wash bin with warm water from the bathroom. Saber nods and turns to run into the bathroom. Bandages. I need bandages. Some septic. I don't think the septic will be enough for this. Damn it, I need a doctor. I need to call a doctor to treat her. I panic as I pull out the first aid kit.
いい。手当ては自分でしたから、医者はいらない。それより、もっと大事なことがあるでしょ。
Okay. Tosaka is panting. She looks straight at me. Tosaka? I don't know what the hell she's trying to say. I'm confused, but I just nod and listen to what she has to say. Are you sure you're going to be okay? There's so much blood.
一度目ぐらい自分でできる。それより、ごめん。留守を任されてたのに、私、リリアを守れなかった。
Huh? I finally put two and two together. Tosaka wounded, the living room in disarray, and Ilya gone. Did Kotamite come here? She nods. He's the one enemy left. So there wasn't much point in asking. But Saber and I were the only ones who knew Kotamine was our enemy. It must have been a shock for Tosaka. The seventh master is her teacher and guardian. Don't apologize. Even you couldn't have been able to do something, wouldn't have been able to do something in an ambush. I know that whatever you did, whatever you said, you always trusted Kotamine.
そうね。正直甘く見てた。自分一人でもなんとかなるってうぬぼれてたみたい。
She coughs up blood. Crap, I can't let her keep talking. Let's talk later. Just don't move. We'll get you treated, then you can rest up.
お願い。けどその前に伝えておかないとダメっぽい。いいシロ。これが最後の助言だからきちんと聞きなさい。
You make the worst tea! No, I'm kidding. That's ominous, but I just nod. This is serious, especially if she is so insistent and on telling me, even as wounded as she is. I couldn't stop her from speaking up now, even if I wanted to.
まず一つ目。琴峰の目的はイリアよ。あの子が今回の聖杯の器だって、あいつは初めから知ってたんでしょうね。
What? Ilia's the Holy Grail?
正確にはあの子の心臓ね。魔術師っていうのは魔術回路を持った人間だけど、イリアは魔術回路を人間にした子なの。
Yep.
サーバントが残り一人になった時、あの子自体が聖杯を下ろす器になると思う。
Then Kotomine's taken Ilia to...
持っていかれたわ。でも、セイバーがまだ健在なら道は開かない。琴峰だって器になるイリアをどうにかしようなんて考えないはず。
I can only hope so. And Lancer won't be an easy servant to beat. Even if he couldn't beat Gilgamesh, he might at least be able to run away. I just have to hope he did. This isn't the time to tell Tosaka anyway. Got it. I'll go save Ilia, so don't worry.
そう。じゃあ二つ目。琴峰の居場所だけど、きっと竜道寺だと思う。聖杯の高齢場所として、あそこ以上の場所はないもの。教会はもう引き払ってるだろうし、隠れてるとしたらあの寺だから。
Got it. Kotomine's at Ryoto Temple. She doesn't even seem to have strength to move her head. But she nods anyway.
最後。あなたじゃ綺麗にはかなわない。それでも戦う。
That's why we employ the stabby stab! That question. She's not asking as a friend, but as a mage who truly understands the situation. Just checking. I don't think this leads to a thing. No, it doesn't. We can answer anything here. We can ask anything here. Is there a method? Do you have something in mind? I'm going to settle things with Kotomine. Even if I don't have a chance of winning, I can't run away. But if Tosaka has a plan, I'll hear her out, no matter what it is.
残念ながら。けど選別をあげる。ご信用のものだけど、何もないより役に立つわ。
Tosaka reaches behind her and pulls out a single dagger. Yeah, Tosaka Rin's on my level. We stabby stab. This is a well-known dagger, perhaps even famous. It's used for a ritual rather than it's used for rituals rather than for battle. It's a magical wand that's shaped in the shape of a sword, used for to form a magic circle, then intervene in mystics that have taken shape. The word Azoth is engraved in the jewel on the handle. Its blade isn't as long as a typical dagger, which probably fits Tosaka's preferences anyway. This is the Azoth blade, a sword favored by the famous scholars of mystics who took the world by storm some time ago. I think Azoth is Hebrew for life. It is meant for mages to prove that their training is complete. Okay, I'm being called to supper, so I'll extend the stream for however long I'm gone. Give me a bit, guys. All right, I'm back. An extension might not actually be necessary, depending on how the game just crashed on me. The game just crashed as I was going to click on it. At least I saved. As I was saying, an extension may not be necessary. Because I doubt we're finishing this in an hour. It is meant for mages to prove that their training is complete. The Azoth blade is unlike any sort of gift one receives from getting into college. Tosaka, what is this? Azoth blade. User Rin Tosaka. A weapon that Rin treasures. The Azoth blade, it is not a cutting tool, but a wand to amplify its user's magical energy, and assists or magecraft. It is a popular implement within the Mages Association. The teachers and parents give it as a gift give it as a gift at coming-of-age ceremonies. It is modeled after a dagger favored by the man who laid down the foundation for modern alchemy. She hands me the dagger. Excuse me. It's surprisingly heavy. Not physically heavy, rather I feel the weight of Tosaka's memories in the dagger. Tosaka, are you sure about loaning this to me? Stabby stab! Okay, I'll take it. Honestly, more weapons can't hurt. She laughs, embarrassed. The next thing I know, Saber is standing behind me, waiting to treat Tosaka. Yeah, go ahead and sleep. I'll wake you up in the morning. Then I'll make you a nice big meal.
そうする。最後に、これは忠告じゃなくて命令。
Stabby stab! That's the order!
シロ、やるからには死んでも勝ちなさい。私が起きた時、あんたがくたばってたら許さないから。
If you die, I'll kill you. She looks like she said everything she wants to say. And so Tosaka drifts right off to sleep. She looks well enough. So I feel a little bit stupid for worrying about her. But then again, I know that's her way of cheering me on, and her words really do invigorate me. Yeah, leave it to me, Tosaka. I nod at Tosaka's sleeping form. Everything's all set. All that's left is to spend these next few hours without regret with my wound while my wounds heal. Today slowly ticks over into tomorrow. I treat Tosaka's wounds and take her to her room to rest, while I make dinner and eat with Saber in silence. Just a little longer. Most of my wounds are healed. We only have about an hour or two left. In the meantime, I don't think this means anything, but I'm going to check. It actually does matter. It's a good thing I checked. It does matter. What did it say? Yeah, if I spend time in report, it's going to lead to a bad ending. We're going to have a strategy meeting. Oh, that's right. There's only one thing to do. We've always done it this way. So we should do the same right to the end. It's not romantic and it's not elegant, but sitting across from each other and coming up with a plan of action suits me and Saber best.
Shiro, 対策を練るのはいいのですが、何もここでなくとも良いのではないですか?
Actually, it has to be here. Let's go in. I have something in mind.
ああ、シロがそういうのでしたら従いますが。
Saber reluctantly follows into the shed. Okay, now. There's a reason I had Saber go inside the shed. Right now, we have neither a plan nor the means to defeat Gilgamesh. So it goes without saying that we need something extra. So, yeah, this leads to the same bad end as before. So I'm not going to save here. We return the sheath to Saber. I should return the sheath to its rightful owner. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll have to try. But Saber did manage to put her hand into my body to check whether the sheath was there. So it's probably not that impossible to extract. I do. The sheath was yours to begin with, so returning it to you just makes sense. Plus, with that, you might have a better chance of beating him.
確かに、サヤが戻れば私の魔力も上がります。ですが、それでもギルガメッシュに勝てる保証はありません。それに、サヤを摘出してしまったら、シロはどうするのです。サヤを取ってしまえば、もう。
I will no longer have it up my ass? Yes, Saber. That's kind of the point. Okay, no. Obviously, without the sheath, I'll no longer heal so rapidly from whatever injury I might sustain. But that's normal. I've relied on this regeneration too much. Nobody should be immortal. I shouldn't keep it anymore. Take the sheath, Saber. This is absolutely what we need to win. Saber bites her lip, not answering. I'm not sure how long this moment stretches out between us. The clouds in the sky drift away, and as the moonlight starts to shine through the window.
わかりました、マスター。あなたの心をお借りします。
I will do it through your rectum! Saber nods, her hesitation gone.
それでは始めます。準備はいいですか、シロ。
Yeah, don't hesitate. Just go ahead. Then bend over, bitch! Saber begins. Her hand presses against my chest. And sinks in. My job here is simple. The process of extracting the sheath is similar to projection. The sacred sword sheath has integrated itself throughout my body. I just have to collect all the dispersed bits of it and reform them into the sheath. This is all just my impression of what's going on, though. I may say I'm reforming it into the sheath, but I'm just gathering the waves of magical energy. Saber is the one who will give it shape. She, the original owner, forms the shapeless bundle of magical energy into the sheath itself. I'm just helping her. It's like making something from nothing. The scattered pieces of the sacred sword sheath are reproduced with the precision and painstaking care, without a single error. My body grows hot. Projection is way beyond my means. It eats away at my body every time I use it. It destroys my nerves, burns my skin, and even has the power to cripple my brain. But it's the only weapon I have, and it could be the one thing that might help Saber. I think back to when I saw her in my dreams.